The more you develop your critical thinking skills, the more insight you have on what the NCLEX could ask you, what your exam could ask you. So as you do these questions, you can see how some of these questions could be multi-answer questions or even case studies. This is Tamika Chambers here today on November the 14th with another question. This question is from Nurses Labs. And as always, I encourage you to have a sheet of paper as well as a pencil when you do questions with people. Write down your answer and your rationale before they give you the answer and rationale, all right? Because you want to see, am I building my critical thinking skills? Because you won't know everything when you test, but the critical thinking skills can take you far. So Raul, a 20-year-old student, used to buy over-the-counter drugs whenever he felt sick. Which of the following statements best describes the danger of self-medication with over-the-counter drugs? All right, so you want to paraphrase this. And I listened, when I'm doing questions, I listen for, are you getting the gist of what the question is asking you? Pick your key words and then get your mind settled on the question, then go to your answer. So we have a 20-year-old student who buys over-the-counter drugs and whenever he feels sick. So which of these statements best describes, so we're looking for a true statement about self-medication over-the-counter drugs. All right, so let's read through clients. Is it true that clients are not aware of the action of the over-the-counter drugs? Is that best describes the danger? Clients are not aware of the side effects of the over-the-counter drugs. C, clients minimize the effects of over-the-counter drugs because they are available without a prescription. Or D, clients do not realize the effects of the over-the-counter drugs. All right, so go ahead and choose your answer. You can reply after this video as well as your rationale. So let's look at this. So we're looking at basically the relationship between over-the-counter drugs and the best description of the danger of self-medication with over-the-counter drugs, right? And so the best description, they're not aware of the action of the drugs. Often you'll see that on the bottle, regarding the medication as well as the side effects. And here we go, do not realize the effects of over-the-counter drugs. So we kind of have some repetition going on. C, this is often what I found out when I was teaching pharm, is that a lot of people, especially children, they were being overdosed on over-the-counter medications because they felt that they were safer, right? And so you feel like you can take more of it. This is a patient education question. You'll run into this, I guarantee, where clients are minimizing the effects of the drugs because they're available without prescription. All right, so that is the answer to this choice. It best describes, right? All right, you guys, so as always, build your critical thinking skills. You're not gonna know everything. This could have been in a case study where you actually have a guy that comes in, start having symptoms, feeling nausea, vomiting, throwing up, medications he's on, and then you're highlighting those specific words are important, right? Because whatever drug he's taking, the symptoms he's taken, the symptoms he's having, and then you assess what's going on. And typically they ask you, okay, based on what you know, what are you going to do about it? And then also too, what kind of education would you do for this client? So in any question, actually, you can also see the case studies. You can also see the drag and drops, So it's not so much about the design of the question, but it's you and bridging those gaps in knowledge and application, as well as building your critical thinking skills. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care of yourself. You got this.